I'd like, if possible, in your response, for us to increase the scope from just Zimbabweans. I know there's a lot of Zimbabweans in South Africa, but to discuss all the foreigners that are here, largely African, because it seems like from what I hear on the ground, it's mostly African foreigners because they live in the townships and the squatter camps closer to the black people that complain. But if you'd like to also include some of the Asian, the Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, and maybe even some of the Europeans as well, if you may, in your response, increase the scope beyond Zim.
Before you answer, I've never debated with somebody who's on Google. Every minute he goes to Google. And
No, I'm writing.
I think you should be allowed. If you want Google, it's fine.
I'm writing notes of what you're saying so that I can address some of the issues.
No, it's fine.
Because I think one of the important things about this debate is a lot of people thought you and I are coming to fight here. What they didn't realize is you and I are coming to discuss and share ideas.
Yes.
And let's get people, the academians especially, to research a little bit more. So I agree with you on some of the issues that you're raising. And I have made a video confirming what you're saying, where I was denouncing foreigners who come into this country to perpetuate crimes. Especially Africans. I was condemning Africans, knowing fully well that the biggest crimes in this country are done by Europeans. 5 million Europeans in this country are all criminals who perpetuated apartheid, who benefited from apartheid, and are the reason why you continue to be dispossessed. Reason why, as educated as you are as an advocate, Ike, I know that you don't get certain briefs just because you're black. I know that you don't get certain jobs just because you're black, irrespective of how competent you are. Those criminals continue to perpetuate the worst crimes in this country. They continue to perpetuate the dispossession. They continue apartheid. But I'm not going to talk about them because they are not our brothers. They are our enemies. And that's why I agree with you to say we denounce our brothers who come in the name of Pan-Africanism to sell our girls, to turn a South African child into a prostitute. It's unacceptable. Will never be acceptable. And I agree with you when you say that crime must be identified as more heinous because it's being done by my brother. It's more heinous for a black person to come and destroy a black society. I agree with you. And we must denounce that. And I've made videos denouncing that. And I got a person in America called Gary Twala to put a bounty on my head for 10,000 rand for them to kill me in Hillbrow. He gave an instruction. Because in my articulation, I said, guys, we know who's causing crimes in South Africa. And maybe I was unfair to say it's Ndebeles, but this is something that has been said even by the police. And that almost got me killed. Till today, I've got a bounty on my head. But what is ironic is people think I said it because I hate Ndebeles. I've got a stab wound on my arm here. And I got that stab wound rescuing a Ndebele bouncer who was being stabbed to death by 2 colored boys. His Ndebele brothers were standing. And when we wanted to jump in, they tried to stop us, saying, he thinks he's smart, let him die. I sacrificed my life, and I would have died. I was willing to take a knife for him. But